Hi. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Follow the Doggy. I am puppy sitting, so if you hear a little bit of fussy in the background, that's Atlas. No. Good boy. That's a puppy who isn't wanting to take his nap, even though he needs a nap. Anyways, so last week during our class, we had a request sort of towards the end to address sole pain in the foot, specifically in the soles, and especially while standing. Atlas, lay down. You can do this, buddy. Lay down. No. All the way down. All the way down. So pain in the feet, specifically in the soles. So one thing I want you to keep in mind is that, excuse me, stop, buddy, stop, lay down, lay down, lay down, buddy. No, I cannot risk you barreling into waffles while I'm teaching. You be quiet, and when I'm done with this, then I will have special time just for you. But I cannot risk you barreling into waffles while I'm teaching. Oh, good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. So one thing I want you to keep in mind is that when you have pain in one area of your body, then it's usually a manifestation of good boy. It's usually a manifestation of a few issues, because all of our body parts communicate with one another. So what happens in our feet affects our ankles, which affects our shins, which affects our calves, which affects our knees, which affects our hips. So we really want to address the body as a whole, no matter what we're working on. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to put focus on our heels. We're going to put focus. Atlas, that's not okay. Do not talk back to me. Don't talk back to me. Good boy. Yes. Shh. Nope. Nope. No. No. Good boy. Good boy. Good. No. We're going to be putting our focus in our soles. Okay. So watch out the window, bud. I have a separate napping room for when I'm puppy sitting, but I thought that he might have an easier time if he could see us. That didn't work out, and sometimes it doesn't work out, so that's okay. We're learning. Every dog has a different personality. What worked for Waffles isn't going to always work for Atlas. Anyways, what we're talking about today is addressing pain in the soles of your feet. So while we're going to be focusing on how all of our movements affect the soles specifically, and we're going to be directing our mental energy there so that we can have the best results, we are going to be moving our whole body, because if we neglect any area of our body, it is going to further the problem, not make it better. All right. You telling me you need a little bite? You need a little bite? Yeah, okay. So first thing we're going to do, come to a comfortable seated position. We're going to take a ball. This is one of the nappy time, buddy. This is one of the benefits to having pets, especially dogs, is that they've got such great toys that you can use for multiple purposes, and a lot of them work as really great yoga props. We're going to use a ball that we use to play fetch with our dog or tug or whatever else, and we're going to use that as a massage roller. So take your ball, place it on the sole of your foot, and just kind of roll it up and down. Take it across the edge of your foot, roll it up and down here. We're just loosening the fascia, the uppermost layer of tissue. That way we get a nice good stretch. We're not risking hurting anything as we really get our soles moving and grooving. And it'll also help to prevent injury just in your daily activities, whatever is usually causing that strain on your soles. Make sure that you do an equal amount of time on both soles. We're going to go around the outside here a couple times, in the middle a couple times, on the outer edge a couple times. If you've got a smaller if you've got a smaller ball, then you'll want to take more strips, so to speak. Hello, Tobias. It's so good to see you. We are working on our soles today, so go ahead and grab a ball you probably have on hand from your dog, your pet at home. So go ahead and grab a ball and start rolling those soles. And then when you're ready, you can set your ball aside after you've rolled both soles and stretch out one leg. Just keep your other leg comfortably tucked in. If this isn't comfortable, then have it further out. If this isn't comfortable, have it further in. And then you're going to grab onto your toe. Your leg does not have to be straight. We're focusing on the sole, not the entire Achilles, not the hamstrings, not the knees. So we want to have a bent knee, hold on to that toe, and push into your hand to get a nice stretch through the sole of your foot. I am puppy sitting right now, and Puppy needs a nap. He is not happy that he needs a nap, though. You're very welcome. All right, so push into that hand there with your foot. And on your next inhale, you're going to go ahead and relax. And nice deep breath out. Grab onto your toe on your next inhale. And as you exhale, push into that hand. And then let's go ahead and stretch out the other foot. Nice bent knee. Grab onto that toe and push into your hand. Stretch out that sole. Nice inhale, and on your exhale, push into your hand. Okay. No. I don't do anything public barefoot. All right, and so now, after you've stretched out a little bit, then we're going to go ahead and do what we call a sun salutation, which is going to move our feet through all sorts of different positions, and it's going to apply weight to our feet in different ways, which is going to help to condition them to carry your weight better on a daily basis. So the first thing that you want to do is come to the front of your mat. Waffles, honey, I'm going to switch you sides. You come on this mat, please. That's a beautiful stretch. Over on this mat, please, Waffles. Waffles, come. Sit. Thank you. Wait. Okay, so come to the front of your... Let's go ahead and scooch you back so you can see me. All right, so go ahead and come to the front of your mat. And we're going to stand in Tadasana. So as you're standing in Tadasana, you're going to have both of your feet all the way together and lift your toes up and spread them out. A lot of times while we're walking in our normal daily activities, we often grab onto our shoes or the ground with our toes. One moment, please. Atlas, no. It's nappy time, buddy. Good boy. So a lot of times while we're walking in our normal daily activities, Atlas, stop. We grab onto the ground or we grab onto our shoes with our toes. Not only is that not necessary for beneficial movement, but it's not beneficial. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring this down here so that you can see. Bring your feet all the way together and lift your toes up. Spread lift them up, spread them out as much as you can, and push down into your heels. So as you do that, notice, lift the toes up, spread them out, and push down into the heels. So that directs your weight into the inner and outer corners of your heels, as well as across the ball of your foot evenly. You've got your weight distributed into the corner of the ball of your foot behind your pinky toe and the corner of the ball of your foot behind your big toe. So that's going to be a huge piece of building healthy and beneficial posture, so to speak, through your feet. Please keep all questions related to yoga. We are going to, I want to make sure that I am helping you through the sequence as much as possible. So if your questions are not related to yoga, please hold them so that everyone can learn in the most beneficial way. All right. And then, so we're starting in Tadasana. Toes up and spread. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Press down into your heels and lift up and in through your abdomen. Reach your arms overhead. Keep those toes up and spread. The more that you're doing with the rest of your body, the more your brain's going to want to forget about those toes and let them do what they usually do, which is crunch onto the ground and hold and desperately hold yourself. But it's more beneficial and you'll have more balance if you can lift them up and use the balls of your feet to hold onto the ground, because you're actually pressing your heels and the balls of your feet into the ground, which gives you more stability, not less. So arms up, nice and tall. And as you exhale, bring your arms to a T so that we get a nice neutral spine. Before you dive down, you can keep your knees soft, you can keep them straight. Then just keep those toes up and lifted. We're moving through these postures while your toes are up and lifted because it helps to train our brain to not dig our toes into the ground while we're walking, which puts the sole of your foot into a contracted position for an extended period of time, and that's where some of your sole pain is going to be coming from. So bend down, and on your next inhale, go ahead and straighten your legs, straighten your back, keep those toes up and spread. And then on an exhale, we'll come back down. Go ahead and step one foot back. So we're going to come into this low lunge sort of shape. Press into both of your feet. So we're going to press into the top of the back foot, press into all four corners like we talked about before of your front foot. And on your next exhale, you're going to move your hands up to your thigh. So we just shifted our weight to be off of our hands now. So only our feet and our back knee are carrying our weight. We've got them in a different position than usual. You're going to feel the urge to clutch onto the ground with those front toes. This is where it's really going to be helpful to lift your toes up and spread them out. It's going to be super beneficial for your soles and for you to be able to really train your brain to walk and hold yourself in a way that is healthier for your feet. Now bring your hands to the mat, tuck that back toe, and then push your hips up and back. Go ahead and let that back foot come back too. I'm just going to put my foot right here, sweet girl. Good girl. So you want your spine to be nice and straight. Your knees do not have to be straight. You want your back straight. So from here, just go ahead and pedal your feet. We're stretching our Achilles. You'll feel that motion go all the way down past your ankles and across your heels. You'll feel it tugging a little bit in your arches because, like I said before, everything in your body is connected. Now, on your next inhale, shift forward, just kind of hold like a plank pose here, okay? Again, this is a new position. We're moving our feet through. And exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Press into the tops of your feet now. Bring your hands down to your low ribs. And while you're pressing into the tops of your feet, I want you to think about contracting your back muscles so that it lifts your body off the ground a little bit. And then exhale, come back down. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. and more up and back. So we're back in that downward dog shape. Again, we're going to be playing with our Achilles, stretching all the way across our heel and into the arch of our foot. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can lift one leg and then the other. You can pull your leg out to the side like a fire hydrant pose. Any movement where you're moving your heel and your ankle and your sole in a different way is going to be beneficial for building strength and mobility through your sole. Now step your right foot forward. You can also just step it a little bit forward and walk forward. We just want to get back to that standing position, all right? And then I want you to face sideways. Let's see where we're at. So we're going to face sideways. Spread your legs nice and wide, just as wide as is comfortable. So if this is too wide for you and you feel a lot of discomfort here, go ahead and bring them a little closer. Remember, we are focusing on building mobility through the soles today. So what we do with our hips isn't the main focus. Point your front toe towards the front of your mat and bend your knee. Good girl. You need a little bite. Good girl. All right, and then bring your arms out to the side. Turn one palm up to the sky and follow it with your gaze as you let your other arm come to your side. Come back to neutral, and then rest that front arm on your front leg. Waffles, come. Waffles, come. Good girl. Yes, stay. Stay with me. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Waffles, what did I say? I said sit. Good girl. Look up at that top hand. Try and keep those toes lifted and spread. And come back to neutral. Now you're going to turn your body forward. Go ahead and reposition your feet so that you feel comfortable in this position. And try and keep those toes. No, leave it. Waffles, I know that. Leave it. Try and keep those toes lifted and spread. Bring your hands over top of you and then very slowly drop them down beside your sides, clasp them behind you, and lean forward. We're now putting a lot of our weight on that front foot. So really make sure those toes are lifted and spread so that we can build strength through the arch of that foot. And then come back up, warrior one. You're going to straighten your front leg now, and then really try and squeeze through your glutes and your hamstrings so that this stays nice and straight, so that this feels nice and tight, but you feel kind of loose in the bottom part of your leg. And you'll lean forward. Try and keep from your head to your toe kind of a straight line. Here we're putting a lot of pressure on our standing foot. You can hold onto a counter if that makes it easier for you. We're not trying to test our strength and be like, can we balance on one foot? We're trying to build strength. So you know for yourself if you can balance on one foot yet. And if you can't, Atlas, stop. Good boy. And if you can't balance on one foot yet, that's okay. Trying to balance on one foot isn't what's going to build you strength. Holding your balance while holding something else is. We build strength gently and in our comfort zone around here. It's very important, especially if you're going to be doing yoga with animals, because they're going to pick up on your energy and you don't want them to build negative associations with something because you're pushing yourself past your comfort zone. All right, so now we're going to do the whole thing on the other side. So remember, in Tadasana, we're going to bring our feet all the way together. We're going to squeeze through our thighs and glutes, but we're still keeping our focus on our feet. Lift those toes, spread them out, and press into your heels, and then come up, up, up. On your exhale, keep those toes lifted as you come down. You can bend your knees, you can keep them straight, whatever's comfortable in your body, just keep those toes up and lifted. Inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your back, and exhale, come back down. Go ahead and this time step your left foot back. And inhale, press into the ground, press into the top of your back foot, press into all four corners of your front foot, lift those toes and spread them. And exhale, bring your hands to your thighs, press down, inhale, arms overhead. arms overhead. And here's where we can have our animals help us. Waffles, come around. Nope. Waffles, come around. Thank you. Pause. Waffles, come around. And do you want to do a pause? Yeah, you do. Stay. So here they're adding their weight, which increases the load that our front foot is under. And back. Good girl, yes. Now, when we move into downward dog, there aren't really a whole lot of safe ways that our dogs can intensify this posture. So instead, we just ask them to join us. Waffles, stretch. Oh, good girl. And back. Good girl. Stay. And then we come into a plank pose. You can have your dog balance on your back during this posture. Right now, we're not going to because I don't have all of my skin covered, which would make it unsafe. And then come all the way down. Again, we're going to press into those feet and tighten through the back. All right, and then come back down. Lift your hips up and back. Tuck your toes. Lift back more. Wait, Waffle, stretch. Oh, good girl. And then we're going to step that left foot forward. You can step it just a little bit forward and walk up if that's easier for you. Good girl, yes. And now we're going to do the same warrior sequence. Atlas, no. Good boy. Yes, good boy. You need to take a nappy, buddy. No. Good boy. Be quiet. Good boy. You gotta take a nappy. He does not like that. He is having a tantrum, isn't he? Spread your arms nice and wide. Spread your legs. And this time we're pointing our back foot towards the back of our mat. Bend that, Waffles, honey, under, go. Good girl, thank you. Nope, all the way, nope, go under. Good girl, sit, stay. All right, then we're going to bend that back leg, that back knee over that back ankle. Inhale nice and tall and exhale, relax. Point your front hand, well, now back hand. Point the hand over the bent knee towards the sky and raise it up. Follow it with your gaze. Let your other hand fall. Come back to neutral on an exhale and rest that arm on your leg while you reach over with the opposite hand. Inhale, come back to neutral. Here, your dog can intensify this activity. Remember, we're keeping our toes up and spread by, again, resting their weight on your leg. Good girl, yes, good girl. And back. Good girl, yes. I'll get you a treat in 1 second. Sit. Good girl. Now we're turning the torso towards the front. You can reposition your feet as well to make sure that you're comfortable. Go under there. But as you reposition your feet, make sure you lift your toes up and spread them out. Inhale, arms over ahead of you, and exhale, we're going to go down. We're going to go down. Yes, we're going to go down into humble warrior. Good girl. Oh, did you not get the bite? Good girl. Clasp your hands behind you and bring them up. Remember, we're putting a lot of pressure on this front foot. Your toes are going to want to dig into the ground. Don't let them. Lift them up and spread them out. And then when you're ready, come back off. Good girl. Come back up and straighten that front leg. Hold on to a counter. Lift that back leg up. Really squeeze through those glutes and hamstrings. And keep the toes of your standing foot up and spread. Do we have any questions for how to practice the sequence to build strength through your soles and your feet in general? Or do we have any questions about how to include your animal, how your animal can participate to help make this sequence even more beneficial? All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed today's class. I hope that you found it to be helpful. Sounds like the puppy finally took a nap. So Thanks for hanging out with me while I waited for him to fall asleep. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and we will see you next week for another free live animal assisted yoga class.